Well, Zabi and David were in Afghanistan as part of an NPR team that was sent there to look at the transition from the American and Allied forces that have been fighting this very long war. And this particular day, they were with an Afghan army convoy that was trying to see whether a road in Helmand province was clear of Taliban forces. And unfortunately, they discovered it wasn't. Two of the journalists were in one car, and David and Zabi were in another, a Humvee. And that Humvee was struck by fire, and both David and Zabi were killed in the attack. He was committed to covering the most difficult situations in the world. He was in Haiti for the earthquake. He spent a fair amount of time in West Africa for the Ebola crisis. He was a photographer who saw people in every frame, and he could go into the worst conditions in the world and find humanity. And that's what David was really gifted at doing. Well, this was the first time we'd actually lost a correspondent in a combat zone. Two correspondents, obviously. We consider Zabi every bit as much a member of the NPR family as David. The local journalists in Afghanistan have done an extraordinary, heroic job over many years. And Zabi was one of the finest. He was a very excellent photographer in his own right. So we mourn both of them today.
I think his legacy will be combat photography. I mean, that's what certainly his most powerful work that I remember. It comes from that arena, and that's always what he wanted to do, and he told me it many times. And I mean, I think that's what he'd want his legacy to be remembered of.